So the other day I was thinking, what do I add to my Minecraft mod, and like really what? Uh, so right now let's introduce the elephant in the room. So we kind of guess what it's about, right? You basically do this, 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 and you go boom. Oh no. So, as you probably have understood, I'm kind of weak right now. Yes, so the nuke itself is kind of cool, although I don't understand why that happens. So the nuke, as I said, is really cool, but it's just not enough. Having a simple launcher to launch it is kind of boring, so I decided to come onto a quest to make a perfect launch pad for this nuke. And you know, there are like three things you can launch nukes from. The first thing, probably even four. First thing is silos, like ground silos. So the block meta kinda follows it. You can just take a very and put a silo here, like that, and launch a nuke from here, right? But it kind of doesn't fit. Then you have ground launchers, which are basically like trucks that fire missiles. Then you have underwater submarines, which are really cool, but well, not this time. And the third one are actually bomber planes or nuclear bombers. And so I decided to actually try to make a plane because it's kind of interesting. You need to combine aerial movements with controls and also custom hitboxes, and I thought it's going to be interesting. So yeah, we're gonna add a B1 Lancer, which is, if you don't know, it's an American bomber, and basically we'll make a system which will probably allow us to add any more planes to the game if we want to. So today's plan is actually that we are going to add a simple bomber entity, so we'll render in the game, and yeah, we'll make it interactable so you can right click on it and start writing it. And that's pretty much it for today. Later we'll add movements, missiles, bombs, etc. So I guess let's just get right into it. For now I'm gonna show you the model actually I made for the plane. Yeah, I know this kinda looks pretty bad. I know I'm not a modeler, I'm a coder and programmer, but also kinda bad at it, okay? So just don't be angry at me. Also, I did leave this space in the cockpit. Why? Because I don't know. Because player will gonna sit in it, so if I just scout with cubes, he won't be completely blind, he won't see anything. So I decided to leave a small space, but don't remove the whole cockpit. So I just don't really know why I did that. So this B1 Lance, as you see, it's, I mean, I think kind of model is kind of better than nothing, but it can be improved, right? So for now we're gonna just use it. So I don't know why exactly, but it seems that the build finished in 5 seconds, but I was sitting here like for 15 minutes or something. I don't know why. Like 11 seconds. It's been corrupted, bro. What the hell? It's corrupt. Okay, never mind. So yeah, first things first, we'll obviously need to import our model into the game. So first, let's export Java entity. I'm gonna call it the B1 Lancer model. This is actually just a Java class, so you need to call it with the model just to make it better later. So now let's put the B1 Lancer model, and obviously it's kind of corrupt right now. There are a lot of errors. It's pretty easy to debug. You just name the file correctly, then you just rename the constructor, so it's actually a constructor. Now it's just go importing all of these classes in reality, the most part. So we're gonna extend from entity in reality because I don't really think we need any functionality. We're just gonna extend from entity, gonna build everything from scratch. Um, so resource allocations are kind of old. They were renamed to identifiers, and I'm gonna call it nuke. It's not nuke mod. I'm so used to that. Bomber mod. Bomber mod dot mod id. Okay. And we still have 126 errors left, so we need to solve that. So this are mostly like imports problem, so I just import all of them. So it sees like minus 40 issues now. Let's import that. That's like minus 20 or something. This minus 10. This minus 20. And we have also some problems lower. So render the method is deprecated, as well as setup and name. These are not methods for NC render. NC model. I don't really remember what is exactly deprecated, but something is definitely deprecated, or it's just the NC model doesn't support them. I don't remember. Okay, now let's create a mod entities class, which is basically gonna hold the registering. Oh my god, my PC is struggling with this. Basically, here will register all entities, and my PC is still struggling with this. What did I do wrong? We write PSF, and then wait while ID will. Bro, what the hell is this? Okay, PSF tab default register dot entities. I'm gonna call it entity types. You can just call it entities because no one cares. And here we need to mention the mod ID again. And I again tried to write nuke mod. So we created a default register context now. And I'm gonna create also a public static void init method, which is iEvent bus event bus, and we basically gonna say entity types to the register to the event bus, which basically will register them to the event bus. Now we're gonna go to the Bomber mod class. Here we're just gonna delete all of these things here we don't need. So up to here. And we're also gonna delete these things because we don't need them. And right here I'm gonna say mod entities dot init mod event bus. And I also have problem here. You can delete this. We're not going to use this. Gonna delete this. Gonna delete everything from common setup as well. Well, okay. So that's pretty much it. I think we kind of cleaned it. Now we need to register actually our entity right now, and for that we're gonna create a new package in the plain package. We're gonna create a custom folder. Inside we'll create two classes actually, I think, for now. First is abstract plain, which we're gonna extend from not entity, not exception, like Minecraft world level entity. We're gonna implement methods, and we're gonna create constructor match super. And the other method we're gonna create is an abstract bomber. Extends abstract plane. And I guess we need to make them abstract, public abstract, because they're abstract. Basically we're gonna extend them, and they're gonna extend from each other, and it's all together will kind of be this different system. So the idea is that abstract bomber handles bombing and weapons, while the abstract plane class will actually handle the movements and controls. Yeah, I'm very bad at the typing words. Okay, and controls. And then we're also gonna create a new Java class, which is a B1 Lancer, and it's gonna extend from abstract bomber. And we need to implement create constructor machine. Super great. And that's pretty much the registering done. We have registered our bomber, and that's not all yet, because yeah, we need a few things. In renderer we'll create a new package, B1 Lancer. Gonna move the Lancer model into it. We're gonna make a new Java class in here, gonna call B1 renderer, and we're also gonna make a B1 render state. Extend sensitive render state. Great. Now the renderer. What? We didn't fix the model yet. Set super root. Okay. The model of type CT extend sensitive was the problem. Okay, understood. B1 Lancer, guess. What? I should extend it. Yeah, they changed the render states, exactly. So everything related to render or an entity is now stored into the render state, which is kind of logical. And an entity renderer, which wants you entity, right? What does it want from me? It wants entity in the render state, right? So you basically take a B1 Lancer and a B1 render state, and that's the generic done. Implement methods, create a render state, create constructor matching super, and here we need to return new B1 render state. We're gonna later override extract render state, but I don't remember here. Yeah, here we're gonna override extract render state. So I think we're pretty much set to just check if the plane actually will work or not. So let's see if we can spawn it and if it renders. And then I remembered I forgot something. Yeah, I think I forgot something. Yeah, I forgot to render the model. Oh my god, that's gonna be painful. But thanks to my long career in modding, I already did that pretty much like 3 times or 5 times or 1,000 times, I don't remember. So basically just copy paste the code, and yeah, I'll be back very quick. And yeah, I kind of forgot to add in a texture, so I'm gonna show you how to do this. You just basically go here, select texture in block bench, right click, save as, B1 Lancer. This is an unbearably hard task to save a file to the local machine. It exists. Now I need to basically create a simple identifier, texture equals to identifier from namespace and path, and B1 bomber mod, I forgot to call like that, mod ID, textures plane B1 Lancer .png, B1 Lancer. I hope I spelled everything correctly here. Yeah, it seems correct. Just add a semicolon and we'll try to launch. So it's time to make a second check. Yes, as you see, well, yes, let's go. It's finally in the game. Oh my god. It's actually much smaller than it should be. But it's actually the size of a decent fighter, I think. But still not big enough. I'm gonna change that. Thankfully I launched in debug mode, so we can tweak this app a bit. Basically what we can do, we can say post tag dot scale, and we can just scale by 2, let's say, everywhere, and just save the code. And I hope the hot swap works. It's actually a very useful feature for QIs and model tweaking, right, as we're doing right now. just building a bit. It takes some time, yeah. Hot swap has been successfully completed. Okay, that seems reasonable. That's already seems reasonable. That's like a reasonable size, but I think it needs to be a bit bigger, like 2.5. That would be a perfect fix, and it's 2.5f because it's Java. It's not Python. It's not Lua. It's Java. You need to get used to this. And let's save the code. And basically, the point what we want to do is we want to make this hitbox be at the cockpit because we're gonna interact with the cockpit. So let me see on the plane here. Bro, it's so much on the ground here. So now my hitbox is like one size, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5. And and we need a -2, and we also need to move model up, so like by 2 something, by 3, so it kind of stays hitbox faster. It only became worse. Okay, so that's actually ideal. We have the ANSI model right where it should be, and that's the first part of our plan done. We have the model done. We have positioned the hitbox. Now we need to make it readable. So that's already by quitting the code. So to make an entity readable, what you need to do, you need to go to the entity, where it is, P1 lens, and actually make some stuff. But I actually want to go and do that in the abstract plane because I'm gonna say create a private, because it will be used for all planes, like, you know, we're gonna make a private player pilot, which is basically a pointer, a reference to a pilot, and it's like equal to node first, but that's really no use of writing. And here we have like a lot of methods, but we're gonna override the interact method. Interact, play interaction hand. So first things first, I actually want to do a simple thing. So first, if level is client side, oh my gosh, okay, I forgot that you need to write this dot level method is client side, and then we return interaction result pass. Fail, because client should not do this, it should be all server authoritative. Now next I would add like these things. We are on a server definitely, and basically if player is not equal to null, no, the same thing will gonna be returned, but is always false, so we're just gonna remove it, and we're basically gonna see player dot start writing this this return interaction result success. So we're gonna just check if it works. Okay, so we're gonna check this right now, and it doesn't work, of course. So, well, there is one thing I currently want to try hooking into, but it just seems it doesn't work again. Okay, actually I figured it out. So see, I'm writing the Bomba right now. The point is you needed to, for some reason, to override an unspeakable method, which I'm surprised you need to do, because I hear about this method the first time. On default return false, and that ruins everything. So now we kind of like control all Bomber plane, right? So basically, yeah, we need to start. Well, actually did everything for today because the Bomba is added. it's renderable and I can sit onto it, can interact with it. I can't control it yet though. And like that it actually looks kind of awful, so you need to offset the camera later. But it's all for the next parts, and probably next week we're gonna add a movement mechanics. So basically, like, you can move the plane, and I'm gonna explain what mechanics we're actually gonna use. Oh, that's clutch. By the way, let's try to clutch with a bomber. Game mode. Game mode. Survival. Oh, oh. Dang it! It didn't work. Okay.